Hello and welcome back to ERU, where we round up the biggest results and talking points from across European football. Joining me today on this Monday morning, it's Henry Hill. How are you, Henry?
Anyone who knows me on Twitter will know that tennis is my first love. So what a weekend. British champion, history maker Emma Raducanu, and actually Djokovic was pretty funny. His game last night. But also I loved falling asleep to the sight of Jose Mourinho off down the touchline.
Old school, Porto style.
Oh my god! I didn't even know that El Shaarawy was still a player. I feel like he's been around forever. But yeah, thrilled for Jose, thrilled for Emma Raducanu. All good fun. Great weekend. How are you, Dukes?
I'm good. Yeah, I watched the Emma Raducanu in a pub, which I did. I just never expected tennis to be that big in a pub. But yeah, there was it felt like about 1,000 people in there, but I didn't have my glasses because I didn't know it'd be on. So I was kind of just interpreting shapes from a distance and having to get people to tell me what was actually happening. So in terms of a viewing experience, it wasn't actually great, but the atmosphere was a lot of fun. But anyway, if you guys want to see tennis daily in the future with myself and Henry, and I can't think of anyone else on Team FD who really likes tennis, but anyway, I'm sure there are. Let us know in the comments. Maybe we'll think about creating some tennis content.
I'd love that.
But anyway, you can be the main star. I'll just be your, assistant. But anyway, back into the main event today. It's ERU time. It's time for Story of the Week. And we've got a bit of a niche one for Story of the Week, but it's quite an exciting transfer rumour. It's apparently Arsenal chasing Alexander Isak. What is going on with this one, Henry?
Yeah, a bit of an outrageous suggestion, but actually the kind of transfer that I think Arsenal should push for. Put all their eggs in this kind of basket because he is a star in the making, isn't he? So this is the story from Spanish outlet Fichajes, which claimed that Arsenal were heavily monitoring Real Sociedad's Swedish forward Alexander Isak. He's 21 years old. He only signed a 5-year contract last summer, which handed him a significant pay rise and inserted a €90 million release clause into his new deal. There were sort of rumours that Borussia Dortmund had a fairly achievable buyback clause in his previous contract. No more. That has been removed. So his future does look secure in principle in Spain, but obviously there are teams who will be wanting him. It's not hard to see why either. He scored 17 goals in 34 league games last season and shone at the Euros with 2 assists prior to Sweden's exit to Ukraine in the last 16. He really was electric in those games, and he scored recently, didn't he, in their victory over Spain. He was very impressive in that game too. But if we look at his performances this season, he has yet to score in 3 games for La Real, but has all been hugely impressive. Like I said, that game against Spain, completed 3 dribbles and created a chance and scored of his only effort. So yeah, he's got all the skills and the potential there. He's got Alexander Sorloth for a bit of competition now, doesn't he, at La Real. But I mean, yeah, I can completely see why teams are in for him, Dougie. I mean, why do you think Arsenal have decided that this might be the man they need to lead the line?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've talked about Arsenal's issues for quite a while now, and they've fixed quite a few of them this summer, hopefully, with Ben White's arrival, improving their backline, maybe not necessarily fixing it. Tomiyasu coming as a right back, probably an improvement on Bellerin, Chambers, Cedric Suarez, etc. But it feels like strikers probably next summer's job. Aubameyang will be 33 by the time the window opens. Lacazette's already 30, and his future seems a bit uncertain. He's only played 31 league minutes so far this season. That's actually 24th in Arteta's squad. And Arsenal have had a bit of a goals issue for a little while. Their defence was pretty solid last year. I think it ended up being the 4th or 5th best in the Premier League. But in terms of scoring, bit of a struggle. They haven't scored more than 56 league goals in the last 2 seasons. And an issue for Arsenal in terms of this signing is there might be a little bit of competition as well. I think Liverpool might go for a number 9 potentially next summer if Diogo Jota is going to permanently replace Mane and if they're trying to offload Firmino. Man City have been linked with Isak as well in the past. If they can't get Haaland, I'm sure he'd be right in the reckoning for that position as well. So that's a little bit of a problem. And then you're asking as well, would you swap Real Sociedad for Arsenal if they don't make European football once again for the 2nd consecutive year? I think he probably would. Arsenal, a bigger calibre club than Real Sociedad, more wages, etc. It's probably just a step up in his career at this time. And if he's only 21 now, he's still got plenty of time to go to a true European elite club in 3 or 4 years' time from Arsenal if it all goes well. But having said that, Imanol Alguacil's men have started pretty well in La Liga. They're currently 4th in the league. They're 1 point behind Real, Valencia and Atleti, who are just 1 point ahead, as I said. So it's looking not too bad for Alexander Isak. So I think he'd be the right sort of signing for Arsenal. Maybe a little bit on the expensive side, but Arsenal fans, we want to hear from you. Do you guys think you need to sign a striker? And if you can't get Isak for whatever reason, who would you guys want to sign that's realistic? Let's be realistic here as well. I mean, obviously you like Haaland, but come on. It's not actually happening. So get your realistic suggestions in the comments down below. Let's move on to our result of the week.
So our result of the week comes in from @JulioSimioS37. I hope I've said that correctly. And we promised that this game on Continental Club would be a thriller. Sure enough, it delivered. Go check that out if you haven't already. This game's delivered. It's Bayer Leverkusen 3, Dortmund 4. Dougie, kick off this madness.
Yeah, I mean, we said it was going to be a thriller. We said it was going to have loads of mistakes, and it was exactly that. So Dortmund edged a thrilling encounter with Bayer Leverkusen. They won 4-3 with Erling Haaland's 77th minute penalty, proving the difference in a game that saw 5 second-half goals. Both defences obviously weren't at their best, but the stats suggest that Dortmund deserved to win. They had 14 shots with 6 on target to Bayer's 11 and 5, but they created the far higher quality of chances. XG had it at 2.3 to 0.5 in their favour, which just goes to show the quality of Bayer Leverkusen's finishing as well. Bayer were 3-2 up in the 55th minute, only for Rafael Guerreiro to score a stunning free kick, which I subsequently read, which was his first in the Bundesliga, which is, a little bit of a surprise given, his fantastic ability over a dead ball. And then Kasunu gave away what proved to be a penalty, the sort of winning penalty. Quite unfortunate in a way. He was just trying to shepherd the ball out of play, lifted up his arm and accidentally made contact with Royce's face in the box. So it should have been a penalty, but it did feel a little bit harsh on him as well. And it continues BVB's sort of frantic life to start under Marco Rose. They've scored 13 goals with no side scoring more. That's level with Bayern. But they have conceded 9, a figure topped only by 17th place Firth and 18th place Hertha in the entire division. So, a lot of entertainment. Dortmund fans are getting, on their return to the Westfalenstadion, a lot of bang for their buck. And it obviously helps when you've got a player of the calibre of Haaland. He's now scored 65 goals and assisted 19 in 65 games for Dortmund.
Crazy.
His headed goal, which I didn't really realise until the commentator said it, I never really thought of it at least, not the strongest in the air actually, but it seems like he's been working on that over the summer. Really nicely taken header. Could have got another assist as well when he set up Jude Bellingham with a header as well, but that was ruled out for a foul in the build-up by Dahoud on Diaby in the build-up. So that one was struck off, and he was his usual sort of charismatic self, Haaland. But Henry, for Bayer Leverkusen, it was, there was plenty to take from the game.
Gerardo Seoane, the manager, probably can't believe that they lost. The game was everything we said it was going to be. Dortmund, all-out attack, but sort of shocking defence at the same time. But yeah, Bayer Leverkusen, they look so impressive. They're very exciting at the moment, particularly Moussa Diaby, who Seoane is really getting the best out of this season. He's playing on the right of their 4-2-3-1 formation. He completed 5 dribbles, created a chance, had 2 shots, and scored a very well taken goal. If you haven't gone, check it out already on the highlights. He's now got 3 goals and 1 assist in 4 games this season. His finishing's been electric. XG suggests he should have scored 0.75 goals, which shows you he's just sort of performing above his expected rate right now. He looks like he's going to be a big ticket item out of Leverkusen in the future once sort of normality is restored in the transfer window. Another one that could be joining him, frankly, in a few years' time is Florian Wirtz. Also outstanding in this game, really growing in stature at Leverkusen as the months go by. 1 dribble, 4 key passes, 1 shot, an assist, and a goal. Love to sort of toe poke into the bottom corner. You'll have to see it. And then for Dortmund, Guerreiro, as you said, really sort of great free kick. If you haven't, another good free kick this weekend was Di Marco for Inter Milan. Go see that if you haven't already. Absolute postage stamp stuff. Some big free kicks across the continent this weekend. 4 tackles and interceptions, 2 dribbles, 1 key pass, 2 shots, 1 goal. But of course, the man of the match was Erling Haaland. Just like 65 goals in 65 games is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I don't remember seeing another striker have that kind of impact. 2 dribbles, 2 key passes, 4 shots and assists and 2 goals. If he wants to learn a bit of heading, he should go check out Benzema's header this weekend. I thought it was just superb again.
Oh, yeah.
So, the king of heading as far as I'm concerned.
Great cross as well for that one as well by Mikel, the young lad.
Yes, stunning. So great goals in that game too. But yeah, who scored? One of the sort of trusted stat merchants that we tend to use on our channel. They've given Haaland man of the match in 3 of his last 4 games for club and country. He scored 8 goals in his last 5 matches. He just cannot be stopped. Dougie, can he? Erling Haaland, if he didn't have this release clause, what do you think he could be worth in the market? Because as I said, I can't quite remember a player with that kind of ceiling.
Yeah, I think, I mean, if he didn't have that release clause, I think Mino Raiola and Dortmund would be looking at up to £200 million, I would have thought. I mean, comfortably, really, on current performance levels. I think him and Mbappe would be around that. I think Mbappe would have Real offer this summer 200 million euros with the year left in his contract. I mean, Haaland's going to go for a similar sort of price, if not maybe slightly even more, just because of the length of that contract still remaining. So, yeah, Dortmund will be slightly frustrated that they've got that release clause in place. But yeah, another superb performance by him, and you know, I'm just looking forward to watching Dortmund every weekend at the moment because it's just absolute carnage.
Oh, it is crazy. All right, Dortmund fans, let us know how well you think your team is playing in the comments down below. And we're going to move on to our star of the week.
Our star of the week is a little bit different. There were two very obvious shouts, one being Karim Benzema, who obviously scored a hat-trick and got an assist in Real's 5-2 thrashing of Celta Vigo last night. And again, Henry's old favourite Vinicius Jr. also did very well in. But I wanted, we wanted to give it to Ander Herrera, which was suggested by @AdamHibbo9. Henry, bit of a niche suggestion. Also, Mbappe played pretty well as well.
Yeah, this we're honouring the unsung heroes on Star of the Week. You know, not the flashy guys up top like Mbappe, as you said. Oh, well done. Completed 3 dribbles, created 2 chances, had 5 shots and scored in PSG's 4-0 thrashing of Clermont. But you know, of course he would. He's next level. But instead, we're going to go for Ander Herrera, who scored a brace in a magnificent all-round display. 5 tackles and interceptions, 2 goals and 2 shots. Actually, you know, a lot of pressure on him if you think about it, with Wijnaldum coming in. Lots of constant links that he might be the man eventually moved out of that PSG system if they do go for more like big ticket items in the midfield. But he's really stepped up this season. He's got 3 goals and 2 assists in 5 league and games so far. Hasn't topped that in an entire campaign since 2016-17 at United. And you know what, Dukes? Sometimes for PSG, it's not been, for all the stars they've brought in, it's not actually been plain sailing for them so far. And players like Ander Herrera are actually very important for their experience to step up, aren't they?
Yeah, Ander Herrera, Idrissa Gueye as well. All these players under pressure after Wijnaldum's arrival have done pretty well. And in this game, they were without Ramos, Neymar, Di Maria, Verratti, Wijnaldum. And yet, they were still far too good for Clermont. So it's no real surprise. They're just a newly promoted side. But XG had it at 2.5 to 1 in their favour. So they do have some defensive issues at the moment. There has been, some sort of lapses of concentration, etc. in their game so far. But PSG just going forward just look absolutely incredible with Mbappe and Hakimi in particular just on absolute fire at the moment. They're now 4 points clear at the top of Liga already. They've scored 16 goals in 5 games. Mbappe's got 4 goals and 2 assists. Hakimi's got 1 goal and 2 assists. And Herrera's been in magnificent form as well. And their Champions League campaign, which is what they are really focusing on this year, surely after all this investment, after the arrival of Messi and all these superstars, kicks off on Wednesday against Club Brugge. Henry, it's time for a prediction, Champions League-wise. Who is winning the Champions League this year?
You know, I am backing PSG. I really think it's now or never. I can't see anyone in Germany, no one in Spain. It's between City and PSG or Chelsea, to be honest, again, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, I'm going to go for the French Giants. What about you?
Yeah, it's just difficult because we don't know how they're going to play. We don't know the commitment of their forward players to work back and sort of do the ugly side of the game so far because we haven't seen Neymar, Messi and Mbappe start games yet. But that firepower is definitely going to put them in the mix. I actually think it might be Bayern again. I think Bayern would have been very much like in the mix last year if Lewandowski hadn't missed those games against PSV, to be totally honest. And like going forward, Bayern are just absolutely scintillating. And I think they've got the benefit of having played a few more years behind them as well. And you know, with Man City and Pep, you just don't know quite what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it'll be difficult for Chelsea to do the back-to-back. So I'm personally going Bayern, but I can see PSG. It's a very, fair shout as well. But guys, we want your opinion. Who is winning the Champions League? Who's winning the Europa League? And why don't you tell us about who's winning the Conference League as well while you're at it in the comments down below. But guys, that's all we've got time for on ERU for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Henry, what should they go and watch now?
If you've been following the whole FIFA debacle about the World Cup, go check out Chris's one-on-one this weekend where he reacts to the news that they want to make it a 2-year event, looks at some of the ins and outs in it. Interesting video. Good to see Chris back. Yeah, go have a look at that.
Perfect. Thanks very much for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time. Bye.